I'm going to show you step by step the easiest way to unwarp plastic models. Hey, Craig here on the third floor. I've talked about how the other side models, and there's other models by other companies that have some warping in the plastic. You'll tend to see that with different type of PVC type models for board games and Guild Ball and stuff like that. But I've never really taken you step by step through it, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you kind of how I unwarp models. So the first thing that you're going to need to get your hands on is a heat gun. Now this is one called the Yom heat gun. The biggest thing to look out for is something that gives you a variable setting on the heat. So most heat guns are going to be by default too hot to do this with, and you have to be super. You can still use them, but you have to be kind of a ninja at it. Whereas this, you have a little bit more flexibility because you have the variable speeds. I got this on Amazon. It's really not that expensive. Next thing you'll need is some tweezers, and then obviously some models to do it with. But let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, first let's get into the setup. So we've got our heat gun, and I do this on the middle setting, and on this gun it's a 3 because it goes from 1 to 5, but you get the idea. And what I do is I set the gun flat on the table. Now this particular gun is really nice because it comes with this attachment that allows me to kind of get more of a focused shot, but I can now turn on the gun and I get the heat coming right off of it. So to get started, I'm going to work with this model here. She's got a really badly warped sword, and we're going to go ahead and try to get that straightened out. So we'll turn on the gun, and now what I'm doing in the direction that I want. So the warping is going right now. I've got it so it's warped up. So I want the sword to come from here, and I want it to come down. So I'm going to put her over the gun, and I'll see it soften. And now I'm going to grab hold of her. It's nice and soft. The good news is it wants to return back to where it's supposed to be. So now I'm letting it just kind of air cool. And I'm using the tweezers to get them right. And she is pretty much done. So she's not. What's good is her sword is straightened out. It's a little bit cockeyed to the right, more than I would want it to be, but we can fix that. So let's just do the same thing again. Notice it doesn't take much for it to get soft. And then I just hold it in place till she's where I need her to be. Alright, let's get the back of this handle. Okay. That's one done. I'm just going to hit that hand one more time because I really want that to straighten out just a little bit more. What's really great about it is when you heat it up, it will almost return to its unwarped state by default, and that's when you know it's soft. There. Yep, she's done. All right, let's take a look at another one. We've got my man here. He's got sad curved gun. So let's do the same thing. And again, because I want the heat to go from here to like that, so I'm going to, pose him such that when the heat hits it from below, it's going to straighten out. So in this case, he's curved up, so I want him to curve back down. So Here we go. Pretty simple. His gun is now straight. It's a little cockeyed. Let's do a little bit more. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling on it, and he's not getting hot enough that I need to use the tweezers, which is good. Alright, now he's got a little bit of a bend in the back of his sword here, so let's fix that real quick. Still got a little bit of a bend to that gun. It's almost gone. There we go. Everybody's all better. Alright, this last one. We got two things. One, his gun is a little cockeyed, so let's hit that first. That's going to be an easy one. Okay, and the next thing is his arm is back farther than it's supposed to be. If you look at the actual sculpt, it's supposed to be down like this. So we're going to kind of melt him a little bit at the elbow. Straighten out that spear a little bit. The spear needs to be cleaned. Okay, the end of the spear is a little warped, so we can fix that pretty easy. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up the back of that spear just a little bit. Excellent. All right, that's it. Again, it's the Yom heat gun, but I think any heat gun that has a variable speed heat settings on it will work. So I do appreciate you watching. I hope this helps you guys. Do me a favor, leave a comment in the video if this technique does work for you, if you've got even a better way to make this happen. Like and subscribe. We've got a lot going on here on the third floor, and we appreciate everybody's support. Take care.